my beautiful friends, and welcome to day 2 of 31 days of Halloween. Today we're going to be starting with our eyes. Using gray and black eyeshadows, we are going to be building up this dark, kind of sultry halo eye, meaning that we're using several different shades, but intentionally keeping the lightest or brightest shade here in the very center. And we did so kind of just by making a big old mess with this fluffy brush. So that mid-tone gray that we used in our eyes, we are also going to be using to smoke out the nose, where we think we want our little skull nostrils to be, or lack of nostrils. I guess it's the hole? I don't know. And we did the same thing to our cheeks in a very macabre kind of blusher bronzer moment, I suppose. I do have a full-on halo eye tutorial here under the Makeup Basics playlist if you guys are interested in seeing that. For now, you just need to know that we are going to emphasize that lightest or brightest shade by first carving out the shadow in that nice little stripe up top, and then as well as underneath, towards our lower lash line for added drama with the P. Louise face, and we're packing a shimmery white kind of color on top of that. The brows I decided could stay for this look because we are more of a glamorous skull, and so I filled those in with black, and then off camera I added winged eyeliner and mascara. Now for the uber fun part. Using a black water activated paint, we are going to be carving out the nose with these little squiggly lines. We are also going to do that same treatment to the forehead and across our temples as well. And I'm using gray and black eyeshadow to smoke out those lines and add a lot more depth and dimension to the look. Now we're on to possibly the hardest part of this entire look, and that is the mouth. I use my pupils as reference to ensure that I'm going to have either side being relatively even, and I created a little bit of a tick mark at first to plot it out. Skull mouths curve inwards towards the front, but we also want to ensure that we capture the rise and fall of that super sharp cheekbone as well. I'm going to fill that in with a gray eyeshadow as well. I also added black lipstick, though honestly that's just because I hadn't fully committed to teeth versus normal glam. So if I were you, I'd probably just smoke this area out in normal eyeshadow as well, just to make it a little bit easier to draw on your teeth later. Speaking of teeth, I use a rectangular brush which is saturated in white paint to create little ticks where I think I want my teeth to be, and then I drag the brush up while lessening my pressure to create this extended, fading, kind of tapered appearance to them. I hope that makes sense. When we're finished drawing on those teeth, I'm also going to go back in with a thin black eyeliner or paint, whatever it is that you have on hand, and I'm just going to solidify the slits or the spaces in between each tooth. That way it kind of stands out a little bit more. I also use that eyeliner to emphasize the jaw and add another layer of white paint onto the teeth just because I felt like they were looking a little bit too muddy here in the very front. As for the teeth that is closer to the sides or into the curvature of the mouth, I actually fill those in a little bit with a gray eyeshadow simply because I want it to look like they have depth and dimension, like they are in fact receding into the skull, whereas the teeth up front are up front, so they are going to be a little bit brighter because they would have light directly on them. I use a little white eyeliner to emphasize our little nosy, and then I used a flat brush with a dark shadow to kind of add a little bit of drama to the top of the jawline as well as into our eye sockets, hitting a little bit in a curved area here in the very center as well as towards the outskirts. I didn't want to fully carve out my eye holes because this is supposed to be more of a glam skull, but I did kind of want to indicate that that was what was going on. For that final touch of glam, I'm going to be picking up the Lemon Head glitter. This one is a silvery one that has little star chunks in it, and I think it's super beautiful. So I'm going to add that to the same areas that we have carved out the very lightest or brightest shade here in our halo eye, and I'm going to be dragging that glitter not only up above and through the brow, but also down further than our halo eye goes, just to like, I don't know, I just thought it looked cool. And that's it. We are a spooky, scary skeleton. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you're excited for all 31 days of Halloween this year. Don't forget to subscribe if you were not already. Share this video with a Halloween makeup loving friend, and I will see you tomorrow for another one.